Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Dream Team chat on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
On the actual
Tuesday.
I love it.
Love it.
I love it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. So Brianna Engel, Superstar Director, Alex Erickson, Star Director. We're so excited to be here together.
Yes.
In person.
Finally.
So we're going to be talking about social media and the importance of showing up on your social media, and the big question being, can we look at your social media? I want you to think about this. We look at your social media, we as in any person who comes across it, and tell that you're a Scentsy consultant? If I went onto your Facebook right now, what would tell me that you're a Scentsy consultant? Would I have to scroll back for months and months and months? Would it be right there? Would I only see Scentsy on your social media? What are we looking at, right? So I want you to be thinking about that. I want you to kind of do like a little bit of self-reflection going on. Just have that in the back of your mind as we talk about what that looks like, how we can find balance in our social media, and what we think, which is not the end all be all, but what we think is the right way to go about being on social media and having your business present, okay? So I'm gonna kick it off with the importance of social media, right? Because I think that it's important that we underline the reason that we're even talking about this. And I know that we talk about it in other areas of our business. I know we've talked about it recently, but the thing is that social media is still a constant. Social media is still the gateway of communication, way to connection with not just our customers, but I'm sure all of you have friends and family and stuff that even outside of Scentsy or whatever you've got going on, those are the people that you use social media to connect with. And so you having a business that can be worked on social media is just an asset to you, but using it correctly and using it to your advantage is so important. And so that's why we wanted to focus on this part of Scentsy being on social media. How do we present ourselves and what we are trying to portray our business to be on the social media platforms that you're using, right? And so people are still on all social media platforms a lot. I don't think that it's near as much as it was in 2020. Because people were still at home and people were bored and scrolling and all that kind of stuff. But there are millions of people on social media every single day. And that is just an opportunity for you to have more eyes on your business. And so you can work your business. Oh my God, what is going on with my eyelash? I'm so sorry. You can work your business very successfully without social media.
I don't know what to do.
Okay, it's fine. You can work your business very successfully without social media. But if you are on social media, which most of you are, all of you are, what is going on? I can't concentrate. Y'all, okay, I'm so sorry. I am a hot mess.
It's okay.
Okay, so Jesus, fix it. Okay, it's fine
over here.
Okay, I'm sorry. So, big thing. What I want you guys to think about is whatever social media platform that you are on, maybe it's one that you really love, maybe it's one that you've been on for the longest. Low key wish MySpace was still a thing, but whatever.
Me too.
I think that would be great. But for me personally, it's Facebook and Instagram, right? So if you're on TikTok, if you're on Twitter, if you're on whatever.
Snapchat,
thank you. Whatever social media platform that you are on, that you love to be on, that brings you joy, whatever it is, I want you to really think about that social media platform or that one or two that you use the most consistently and take what we're saying and just apply it to that. And here's why. I am primarily on Facebook and Instagram, and I know Alex is the same way. We are going to be speaking into those areas specifically tonight for our own because that's what we're comfortable with. That's what we know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Again, it's not end all be all. But I want you to think about in your own mind, if you're using something else, that is totally okay. We are going to try to incorporate some other social media trainings next month. So for those of you who maybe want to dive into something else, or you're involved in something else, just know that we're going to work on bringing that to you. But for tonight, we are talking about Facebook and Instagram specifically. Okay. So I want you to choose whatever those are for you. And the biggest thing, I know this is going to shock some of you, but the biggest thing that we are going to tell you when it comes to social media is the importance of being consistent. Shocking.
We already know that
yeah.
this needs to be tattooed.
We should get matching tattoos of just like,
just says
consistent.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's going on? Okay. I'm a hot mess. Okay. So yes, staying consistent, being consistent on social media. That does not mean that you have to have your phone attached to you all the time. Okay. That does not mean that you have to be on all the time. That doesn't mean just because your little green light is lit up that you have to respond to those messages, or that you have to answer your teammates, or that you have to post a post, or you have to be in your stories.
Yes. Please don't think that, because that is exhausting.
Nope.
And that does not help your business.
That'll lead you to burnout quicker than you can say
burnout.
Okay. Literally does not mean that you have to be on all the time. But being consistent looks like showing up for your business on a regular basis.
Daily.
Right. Which I would say would be daily.
Yeah.
For some people, maybe you're like, okay, I'm getting into the Facebook hang. I'm not that great at social media, so I'm going to commit to 4 times a week.
Yeah.
Right. Being there consistently. It's okay to start somewhere. Okay. Like you were talking about, like taking off little bites and figuring it out little by little. That's okay. So if it's not an everyday thing for you at a starting point, that's fine. The end goal, I would say, it would be to be daily. That doesn't mean being in your stories 24 hours. That does not mean being on all the time. That just means that you are showing up in some way, some form on your social media, so that you appear present for those looking at you for business reasons, for Scentsy reasons. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that like sums it up, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. The importance, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, looking at you, it's free advertisement for your business. And so to be able to really dive in and utilize the opportunity that these platforms give is gold for our business. It's literally free advertisement. How do you feel about stories of check-ins at morning and night?
What do you mean, Therese? I don't know that I understand.
Yeah. So we'll circle back.
Yeah.
I am going to kind of talk about meshing your personal life with your Scentsy life, because that is what we're here talking about, right? We're talking about Scentsy, but we're all people. We all have things going on in our regular life. We all have hobbies and interests and families and a life outside of Scentsy, right? Which is important. It's so, so important. And so figuring out a great balance for your Scentsy business is important, especially showing up on social media. And so for me, I like to apply the 80-20 rule. And when I'm talking about the 80-20 rule, I'm specifically talking about on like your personal page. So like your main Facebook page. If you are looking at your main Facebook page, can you tell that you are a Scentsy consultant? Is it in your cover picture? Is it in your bio? Are you posting about it? If you are posting about it, are you only posting about it? Are you only posting Scentsy? Or are you also posting your kids, your favorite food, birthday party stuff, you know, anything else, regular life stuff? Okay. I want to encourage you guys to really try to find a balance for you that is personal and Scentsy. And so I like the 80-20 rule, which means 80% personal, 20% Scentsy on your business or on your personal page. So that would mean, you know, out of 10 posts that you're scrolling, 2 of them are Scentsy related. And I'm going to take that even further and apply this tip, which sorry, I know you're doing tips, but
no, yeah,
I want you guys to apply this tip to all of social media as a whole. Facebook, Instagram, VIP group, personal page, stories, posts, reels, I don't care what. But remember, you guys, Scentsy is a lifestyle brand. Okay. Like, it is a lifestyle brand. We're not selling Tupperware. We're not selling makeup. Okay. Which is very targeted, very niche markets. I don't think niche is the right word.
No, niche is totally the right word.
Very specific niche markets, Tupperware, makeup, right? Healthcare products. We are not that. We are a lifestyle brand. We have laundry, cleaning, body, pets, kids, home, travel, diffuser. Like, we have everything. We literally have everything. We are a lifestyle brand, which means that Scentsy can fit into our everyday life very beautifully. Okay. Here in my office is a warmer. That's beautiful, right? It's just in my life, a buddy clip. In my kitchen, I have dish soap, counter clean, hand soap, right? In my kids' rooms, there's buddies everywhere. In the bathroom, there's Scentsy soap and shower gel. In my shower, there's sugar scrub, right? We are a lifestyle brand. And so it's very simple to incorporate Scentsy into our everyday life, okay? So when we are posting or sharing, take comfort knowing that we never have to be salesy. We never have to share flyers or anything like that. So when you are sharing your Scentsy, make sure that it is like real lifestyle type content. I feel like that is one of a very great ways for people to imagine their selves with Scentsy, because it's a lifestyle brand. And when we are using it in our life every day, and it's bringing us joy and it's making us happy and we're sharing that, it's really easy for people to gravitate towards that and not necessarily want the product that we're sharing, but the feeling it gives us. So when I diffuse jasmine and birchwood oil, like, ooh, it makes me feel so good. It is my favorite oil. Every time I diffuse it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the best oil that has ever been here. Like, ever. I freaking love it. It makes me feel so happy. Like, literally, it makes me feel happy. And when I am sharing that on social media, people don't really want the jasmine and birchwood oil because of the scent description. They want the jasmine and the birchwood oil because, oh, I am obsessed with it and it makes me happy and it is so good and they need it. Okay. And so by sharing Scentsy in a way that it evokes feeling in their everyday life, that's what gets people engaged. Okay. And so when you are sharing on your social media, don't forget to share about your regular life, right? But when you do share about Scentsy, make it to where it is so natural in your everyday life. Okay. Because people will gravitate towards that.
Can I add something?
Yes.
Okay. So with this, I want to just say, if you are sitting back and you're like, I don't know how to do that, or I don't feel like I'm really great at telling stories or getting people to understand my love for jasmine and birchwood or pink sugarberry mint, like maybe I don't come across that way or whatever, I'm going into my tip that I just thought of. One of the books that I loved so much, she was a speaker for SFR last year, Kendra Hall.
Oh yeah. The Power of Stories.
The Power of Storytelling. She has a book that called Stories That Stick. And that book is literally so good. It's such an easy read. You can get it on Audible, which is what I listened to. My husband listened to it. He loved it. But if you feel like you're not good at sharing a story or telling about something in a way that people can connect with what you're saying, that's why we say that we don't have to be salesy, right? Because we are in the business of storytelling and sharing. And if you feel like that you are lacking in that area, then there's things that you can do to help you. And my biggest thing is going to be practice. Watch the people around you. Pay attention to how other people are doing it. Who do you look at on social media and you're like, oh my gosh, like I want that now because of what she said. If you were just like inspired to get jasmine and birchwood because of Alex's little description, then you need to kind of think about what is it about the way that she's saying that or what they put on social media that makes me be interested, and then take from it and make it your own.
Yes. I totally agree. And I do have a lot of consultants that join and they say, I can't show up how you do on social media. Well, the cool thing is you don't have to, because we're totally different people. But additionally, practice makes perfect. I have a style of typing, right? Where I use certain fonts and letters and spaces and emojis and whatever. I have my own style. But I developed that over time from posting every single day.
And it's okay if it changes.
Yes.
Have y'all ever looked back at your Facebook memories from like 7 years ago and you're like, wow, I cannot believe I posted
I didn't even know how to Facebook back then, right?
Yeah. It is okay to evolve and get better and change it, but then be consistent with it, right?
Yes.
Don't be going back and forth every day, but like, it's okay for it to look different a year from today because you decide that's more your style, or you got better at sharing stories. Like if you're improving, clap for you.
Yeah, for sure. If you're improving, then you're doing just great.
Right.
Yeah, you're doing perfect.
Right.
Okay.
Sorry.
And then so also I want to encourage you guys, and we kind of mentioned this earlier, but look at your pages. Sometimes go to your Instagram or your Facebook or your VIP group and look at your socials from fresh eyes. Imagine you were someone who just stumbled upon your profile. Are they going to be like engaged with what you're posting, the things you're saying, the connections you're making, the feelings you're evoking, right? And this is something that practice makes perfect with, but look at your profile and see, it's not just about the cover picture or it's saying Scentsy in your title, in your description or whatever. What does the content of your page look like? And do that occasionally. Go look at your pages and see like, okay, good. I can clearly see I'm a Scentsy girl. I can clearly see that, or, I can clearly show that I'm working my business. I'm showing up,
Or you can take it a step further and just straight up ask your Facebook, when you think of me, what do you think of? Like, I like to do that in my VIP a lot. Not a lot, but I like to do it in my VIP. And I like to say, when you think of me, what do you think of outside of Scentsy, right? Because they're already in my Scentsy VIP. I know they think of me when they think of Scentsy, but I like to do it because I like to see like what brand I'm giving off.
Where's your branding going right here?
But if you go to your regular Facebook page, right, where all your friends and family are, I think that you will be surprised. Maybe it's good surprise. Maybe it's, I need to work on that surprise. But I think you'll be surprised about what people say they think of when they think of you.
Yeah.
Right. And so if people are like, I think that you're the Scentsy person, I think when I see Scentsy, I think of you. That's really great. And if people are talking about other things that you post a lot about and it's generally positive stuff, that's great too. But then the area that you need to work on, right? Or that maybe you're like, okay, I need to pull off the political post and maybe add a couple more Scentsy posts in there, right? And so you can always take it a step further and just straight up ask.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Yep. Scary, but it's fine.
So that's really all I have to say as far as meshing your personal and your Scentsy business together when it comes to social media, because it is so important. We are not just Scentsy, but we are Scentsy consultants who are wanting to take our business further, right? We are wanting to be a consistent Scentsy consultant. Most of you, I'm assuming if you're on here watching this, you are wanting your business to go further. And to do that, why not utilize this amazing free opportunity, these amazing platforms for us to market? So Bree's going to share some tips, and if you guys have any questions, just put them in the comments and we will get to them.
Yeah, Sharice circled back, and Sharice's question is, she was asking about like, she feels like she can talk better on her stories in the morning and at nighttime when her girls are down for bed or eating breakfast or busy doing something, and not so much during the day. And so that goes right into my tips about Instagram specifically. I'm going to kind of channel it a little bit because I know there was a couple questions about Instagram on our page the other day. And so I really love Instagram. I love Facebook. Facebook will always have my heart, but I really love Instagram because I think that the quality is there and the opportunity to catch people's attention is it is literally like at your fingertips. You have so much opportunity to grab people's attention on Instagram in so many different ways. Okay, so I'm going to start with, and me and like Katie just talked about this the other day, about how do you go about posting on Instagram? Because there's so much going on, right? You've got reels, you've got stories, you've got your profile grid and hashtags and like all this stuff. And all of that is really cool and really great. But again, when you're looking at a social media platform, we're talking about like being consistent and just taking it like one thing at a time, and perfecting it, getting really good at it, and knowing it like the back of your hand. When you look at Instagram, you're going to have to take the same approach. Okay. You're going to have to understand that there's a lot going on, and focusing on one or two things and doing that really well is going to be really helpful for you. Okay. So if you are totally new to Instagram, if you're like, okay, I'm trying to dip my toes in to try to figure out how to do this, my number one tip for you is to get consistent at making posts. Okay. Putting pictures on your grid. Okay. And so like me and Katie were talking about this, and this is something that I have committed to, except I do this every day, except most of the time I don't do it on Sunday, because Sunday I'd like to take a breather and kind of get myself together, and it's my family day for the most part. But I make a post on my Instagram at least once a day, sometimes twice a day. And that's making a post picture. It's posted on my grid. If you go to my Instagram profile, you will see the picture, right? Not talk about stories. Okay. It's just a picture with a caption. I do that every single day. 90% of my Instagram is Scentsy. Why? Because I created a separate Instagram when I started my Scentsy journey, because I had one. I have a different Instagram, and it was full of like my mom friends, and I wanted to have something separate. It's like my VIP kind of, except I do share other things. And if you watch my stories, you know that. And I do post about other things, but it's 90% Scentsy, and I intend for it to be that way. And I like that it's that way. And honestly, my Instagram mainly is like consultant based. Like I have a lot of consultants on my Instagram. I'm totally okay with that. You know why? Because I still see new customers coming to my Instagram all the time, but I recognize that a lot of my my base for Instagram is consultants at the moment. Anyways, doesn't matter. Starting with one thing. And if you are new to Instagram, get comfortable, get good at posting one picture at least a day. I know that sounds like a lot. Okay.
But sorry.
No,
you can make drafts. Do you do that? I've been doing that. So like on Sundays, I schedule out my posts for my team page, my VIP group. But what I also do on Instagram is I go create the post, type the caption, and then you click the back button and the back button again, and it will say delete post or save as draft. And I just save it as draft. And then every morning I just go and I just like pick a post and post it, pick a post, post it, pick a post,
so
post
good.
it.
So good.
You don't have to, good. So that's an option for you to kind of do it in bulk. And then that way it's just there. And every day you can go make the post.
Yep. That's really awesome. I do that with reels on Instagram.
Nice.
So like if I'm feeling
same concept.
I didn't know you could do that though.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can save your draft. So you can't schedule posts on Instagram like you can on Facebook. But that to me seems like your best route. Yeah.
It's seriously perfect.
So anyways, getting really good at on Sunday, whatever, doing the drafts, posting one day a week. And you're going to find, I don't know about you, I know you post in the morning, you're going to find that different times of day get more interaction, get more eyes, whatever. And in the beginning, you may not notice it so much. Mine are usually in the evening time, like between 4 and 6 p.m. Again, this was California time, but between 4 and 6 p.m. was when I felt like I got the most engagement. And like, I know Katie has played around with it a lot. Sometimes I'll do it around like 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Like you just play around.
But that's also not the most important thing.
No, it's not the most important thing. But I'm just saying that as you start to do these things, you're going to recognize that algorithms and some things just work better for you, right? So I just want you to be paying attention to that, because you may be like, well, I post every single day, but you're not getting any likes, or you're not getting any feedback off of what you're doing. And so at that point, I'm going to say, maybe it's time to change it up. Maybe it's time to, it could be as simple, that's my point, is it could be as simple as changing the time that you're posting, right? And so if you're starting on Instagram, posting one time or one post a day consistently. You can take a day off if you want to, Sunday, whatever, Monday, whatever day it is.
But jump right back in.
But jump right back in. Yeah, for sure.
Because what do you have to lose, you guys, by just trying, right? Even if you're not a social person or you're not always on social media, but now you want to try this, like, okay, just try it. Yeah. Like, just do something new, especially if that's you, where you are not really a social media person. Like, I would personally say, like, this might be the missing thing that you need to bridge over into the next steps.
Right. So with that, with the one post a day, if you are going to be focusing on just posting a picture on your Instagram grid to have every single day or whatever, I want you to consider making your profile public. And I've talked about this before, but there's this thing called hashtags, and it just is,
it works.
It can be explosive for your business if you do the right hashtags and if you provide content for that hashtag, right? Yeah. So that is how I think every single one of my new customers who have found me off of Instagram, that's how they have found me, is a hashtag. And it's so funny because they'll be like, I just searched hashtag Scentsy snapshot or hashtag Scentsy, and your picture came up and it caught my attention. You go on hashtag Scentsy and there are literally thousands of pictures, right? So there's this whole like standing out and like, what are you posting? What's your caption? You can get better at that. Right?
Yep.
Picture taking, you can take classes, you can literally read about it, you can
watch
practice,
YouTube.
Watch YouTube. Like, you can get better at that. That's a skill. Okay. That's a skill that we've all had to learn. But hashtags are incredible when it comes to your business. But the reason I say your profile has to be public, and I know some people are not comfortable with that, and that's okay. Like I said, I made a whole nother Instagram account, and my Instagram is public, and what I post on there, I'm okay with people seeing, and I have it public because I know that the hashtags work. And what I mean by public and private, if you're not familiar with it, is on Instagram. If your profile is public, anybody can come to your profile and see the content that you have. They can watch your stories. They can like or comment. You can actually change all of that, but you can like and comment on your pictures. But when you include hashtags on your pictures, if that hashtag shows up somewhere else, which by the way, on my feed, if I'm scrolling Instagram, I see hashtag Scentsy snapshot, people that I'm not following, people I don't know at all, come up because I'm following that hashtag, right? Their pictures show up. And so should if you hashtag cozy vibes, right? And somebody has saved that hashtag, your picture could show up in their feed and they have never heard of you, never seen you before, nothing.
Yeah. Or to take it even step further, Flower Mound moms, Modesto moms, right? Hashtag your local city. Right. Because then you'll have moms who have also followed that hashtag right there in your local city.
That's a really good idea. Never even thought of that.
Yeah.
See, learn something new every day.
Michelle says adding these that can help you, and commenting on their posts, like look up local places by you, local art people, decor artists, follow those types of people, can help get those other people to follow you as well. Well, that's really cool. That's smart.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, super smart. Follow local businesses, right? Yeah, honestly, hashtags are amazing. I see Cynthia says she's trying to learn the hashtag thing. So like some hashtags I do, Scentsy, Scentsy Life, Scentsy Snapshot, Scentsy Mom, Boy Mom, Life by Design, fragrance, home decor, diffusers, oil, Monday motivation, like if it's a Monday,
Wax Wednesday.
Yeah, Wax Wednesday. TGIF if it's a Friday, like whatever, anything, cozy vibes, like spring cleaning,
vacation.
Spring forward, for me, like I have 3 boys, so I use the hashtag from sun up to sundown, Life by Design. I might've already said that, but I use the same amount of I use the same hashtags. And what I even do, like just on a general post, go lay down, Jason. Like on a general post, I'll use like the same hashtags. I actually have those hashtags in a text replacement. So if you guys have like an iPhone, I'm sure Androids have it as well, but like on an iPhone, when you type like OMW, it auto changes to on my way. So that's a feature in our phone called text replacement. And so with text replacement, I'll put all the hashtags that I use, and then I just type Alex hashtag, and then it just pops up all those hashtags. And so I don't have to sit there and type them all out every single time. I just type Alex hashtag, and then all of them pops up. And then say it's a picture of this buddy clip, I'll add in that hashtag llama, hashtag, you know, I love llamas or whatever. Okay. But text replacements have been really awesome. I use text replacements for a million things in my business, but hashtags is just one that I use. Katie says, I've heard the term relevant hashtags. To me, that means not just making up your own long hashtags. Type in the hashtag and word, and you can see how many times it's been used. Yes, I totally agree, Katie. So like, if you're like, for me, like if you type like hashtag Scentsy mom, there's like MOMMA, MAMA, MOMMY. There's like a bunch of like Scentsy mom hashtags. Pick the one that has the most on it, right? Or like say it's a rainy day. So type in like rainy, and then figure out, see which ones pop up that are the most popular and use those. So that's a really great tip, Katie. There's also hashtag generators. So if you feel like you are really struggling, I've never done this, so I don't know the quality of hashtags that it gives you, but I know there are hashtag generators that I think probably you put in a few keywords and it will give you a whole bunch of hashtags as well. So yeah, what else?
So yeah, the hashtag thing can literally explode your business. Again, if your profile is private, meaning people have to request to follow you, people will not see your hashtags
or your posts
or your
reels
unless they are following you, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but it narrows your audience down, and it's like it's like a private VIP, right? It's just the people who have access to you because you've given them permission. There's nothing wrong with that, but I just want you to understand that the algorithm changes when you limit it in that way. And so if you have stuff that you are not comfortable sharing with Joe Blow, whoever, I get that. And I understand, trust me, I battled with it for a while because of my husband's job. It was just like, we had to talk about what that looks like. So I understand, but just know that that opportunity is a big one. Should you choose to somehow make that work, it can be really beneficial for your business. And then I'm just going to quickly like dive into stories. So stories on Instagram are and actually Facebook has them too. Okay. So they're the little, what is it? 30, no, it's more than 30 seconds. I think you can do up to a minute at a time. Is it a minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're in 15-second clips.
Right. Okay. Yes, you're right. So, and it's literally videos, right? So you can go on your Instagram or Facebook and do a video of you changing your wax. Maybe you're not comfortable talking. Again, if you're new to Instagram or Facebook, or you're just getting into this story thing, if you're not comfortable with talking, that's okay. What's really cool is they've given you a lot of options, so you don't have to talk. Do I think talking and putting your face in front of your business or in front of people is important? Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you at some point you have to do it. Like, you just have to. But if you're not comfortable with it yet, I understand. But there are lots of really cool ways that we can show our customers, show our people who are watching us, what our business looks like on a day-to-day basis. And so that means changing your wax. That means spraying your bed. That means cleaning your counters. That means putting a mini fan in your car and changing out the pod. That means changing out your scent circle. That means clipping your llama to your purse. Anything that you do Scentsy related, you can literally do it in 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, or a minute, right? Or you can do it for longer and it will just keep going, right? But the thing is, why Instagram and TikTok and stories have exploded is because people have stepped away from scrolling and reading to wanting like that instant gratification of just seeing.
Yeah, our attention span, y'all, is trash these days.
Yeah, it's the attention span of a gnat.
They say like literally it's less than 6 seconds. So like being able to just like click through and see what someone's doing is a lot more instant gratification because they just instantly see and they move on. But stories, I do feel like really captivate your audience, especially when done on a consistent basis, because then again, it's that lifestyle factor. They feel like they're
getting to know you. They're connecting with you. They want to know. I have so many people reach out to me that say, I look forward to your stories every day. I love watching you. And it's like, I don't know you, but they like what I have to say. They're looking forward to my update about today, or they're looking forward to me spraying my bed or whatever, right? The more consistent you do it, you're growing you're maybe not relationship, but you're growing connections with people. Trust. You're growing that, and you don't even know it until all of a sudden somebody reaches out and is like, oh, I've been watching you.
Or they're like, I feel like I know you and your kids. And you're like,
oh,
what's your name again?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And I wanted to touch on this point about capturing people within 6 seconds. I want you to think about that when you post a post and you have a caption, right? Because your opportunity to capture your audience is literally in that picture. And I know that feels like a lot of pressure for you, people who may be like, I struggle with picture taking, or how do I make my pictures look so good? Or I'm just getting started. Now there's this pressure of like capturing my audience. I don't want you to put all that pressure on right now, but I want you to understand when you're thinking about taking a picture and you're like, oh, how am I going to get their attention when they see this picture? You can just think about what's in the background. Is the lighting good, right? What's my caption going to be? What's today? How can I intrigue people with Tip Tuesday, right? That's my go-to. That was my post today, was literally a Tip Tuesday. But your post, you need to capture them so that they continue reading the caption, right? That is your opportunity when you're making posts with your pictures, is you're trying to draw them to the caption. Why? Because the caption holds the value. And that is our job as consultants in this business, is to provide value, right? We're providing solutions to people's problems. We're providing value to people. And whatever that looks like, maybe your value is humor in what you do in your Scentsy business. Maybe your value is how to use Scentsy, or how it improves your life, or whatever it is, you're adding value. So your caption needs to encompass that in some way. And maybe it's not like oh, okay, I read that, now I'm smarter. Or, okay, I read that, now I'm laughing. But it needs to have some sort of value. So when whoever's reading it, they get something out of it. And maybe it's just something that feels good.
And don't take this, so like, this is not complex. Okay.
Right.
Value can literally be like, oh, I didn't know there were colored bulbs. Right.
Yeah.
Or value could be like, oh, cool, she's closing an order on Monday.
Right.
Value does not have to be like,
teaching people something new.
Yes.
Like being so intentional about it, right?
Being consistent is valuable. Okay. So recognize that the caption is important. Okay. But like, don't let coming up with a super perfect caption stop you from even posting in general.
Like, for instance, on Wednesday, oh, I see you put this button. On Wednesday, you know how they say like Wednesdays we wear pink? You can be like, Wednesdays we diffuse pink, right? And it's sugarberry mint, okay? And it's the pink diffuser fan. And the value is we have pink mini fan. Right. Like, right. And it's not something that you even said, but somebody's going to look at it and go, oh my gosh, so
I love pink. That would match my office.
Yeah, love pink. Yeah, exactly. So yes, when I say value, it does not have to be something that is like life-changing.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, captions are hard. Captions are hard. And you know what usually comes to me first is captions. I have to think of a caption first, and then I'll think of a picture, because pictures are easy for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also,
I'm a wordsy person, so I'm like, I have to think about it.
Yeah.
It's hard.
But also, again, practice makes perfect, right? And just sitting there, and like for me, I like to batch post things, just like I like to batch samples. I like to do, because for me, I'm not always in a creative mode.
Yeah, me neither.
Or mood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so for me, like when my thumbs are going and my ideas are flowing, like that's when I want to get as much done as I can, because I know tomorrow I might not be feeling as creative. Okay. So when you are on a roll, or, like when you had a super sunny day where everything's clean and it's sunny in your house, and you've taken pictures and you did your makeup and you've got some pictures and you're feeling good, go ahead and just like get as much done as you can in that little chunk of, like motivation and productivity, because I feel like we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. Like, oh, like for example, yesterday I had my 3 kids home, plus I was babysitting my 3 nephews. I wasn't feeling so hot on Sunday, so I didn't like get to schedule on my post for the week like I normally do. And like yesterday I was like, oh my gosh, I have to make a post. Like I didn't have anything scheduled, not for my team page, not for my customer group, not for my Instagram, nothing. And so I was like, bleh. Like I felt stressed because I was not in like a super creative mood. And so I had wished that I did spend the time on Sunday to go ahead and like batch post my content, because I put a lot of pressure on myself yesterday to like get posts out. And that's so silly, you guys. It's social media. Okay, that's fine. Go put it on. Oh. Well, I like my mom. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, can you put it on? Well, I don't know what's on. Okay, I'll be there in a second. Okay, babe, I'll be there in just a second. Go lay down. I'm sorry.
It's even cuter in person, you guys.
No, it's not.
Okay, I was gonna say when I am like in a creative funk, what I like to do, I get inspiration from other people. I think we have a lot of Scentsy consultants who are super creative.
Yeah.
And I'll go on #Scentsy snapshot and just scroll the pictures. And
that's a good idea.
I look at pictures and what grabs my attention. Yeah. And then I look at the caption and I'm like, oh, that's cute. Yeah, that's like I literally, idea. I screenshotted, I have it in my phone. I screenshotted a Scentsy consultant who had the wax up to her ear. And I looked at it and I was like, that's so cute. And she had a really cute caption.
Yeah. And you're like, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Well, exactly what I did today. My caption is totally different. It looks totally different, whatever. But
same concept.
Yes. Because I was like, that's so cute.
For sure. And that's the awesome thing is we get inspiration and motivation from each other all the time, right. Every single day. Yep. Right. Like, yep. I know I'm not alone. I'm sure that you guys can hop on the team page, scroll a little bit. You're like, oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I need to do that. Okay. Right. Yeah, I'm doing that, doing that. And so that's a great idea. Love that actually.
So if you are lacking in creativity, go scroll the Scentsy hashtags.
Go get inspired.
Yeah. Or other people's hashtags or, you know, whatever, and do it that way. So anyways, stories are a great opportunity for you to show Scentsy in real time, to show Scentsy in action. Okay. Pictures are great. Pictures can, what is it? Pictures can say 100,000 words. Yeah, that's great. But you literally have stories, so you can speak 1,000 words faster than your picture can show up. Right. So I want you to understand that stories are a really great tool, and not just because we have so much opportunity with it, but literally that's where people are. I have 60 likes on my picture from today, but I have 300 views in my stories. What does that tell you? It tells you that people are watching me and not seeing necessarily the content, or not so much interested in the post on my grid, versus they can see me talking. Mm-hmm. They can see Scentsy in action. And that's where it's at. That's where the money's at, figuratively speaking. That's where it's at. Okay. Yep. People want to connect. And that's what hasn't changed from 2020, right? Yeah. Is that people still want connection. Yeah. In 2020, we were lacking that. And people are still going to social media. They can't let go of it because they still want to feel connected to people. And so you have, like you said, free marketing to be able to do that, to find relationships, to find friendships, to build your business, to build your customer base, all of that, to build your team. Social media is literally that open door.
Yep. And stories also don't all have to be you doing video. You can add pictures in your stories. Sure. You can
add music,
links. I think it was Michelle said that you can now do links. It's something that you're going to have to play around with, click the buttons, figure out what means what. Nothing is permanent on there. So you don't have to like stress yourself out.
It's gone in 24 hours.
Or if you mess something up, you can delete it. It's okay. But stories are a really great way to curb people's need for instant gratification, to get your everyday Scentsy life out there, to connect, share the lifestyle of Scentsy, share the lifestyle of you, which builds that trust and builds that connection, which has people wanting to join your team or wanting to purchase through you, right? Because they see you every day working your business and they trust you. I think that's huge.
Yeah.
So anything else? Are we missing anything? Do y'all have any other questions? I am going to stop recording.